Looking back, it was easy to see that this was the kind of day that would change her life forever. But, at the time, it seemed to Toni Benson like it was just any other day. Just a normal Thursday in the middle of June, 2 weeks shy of her 9th wedding anniversary to Jared. The sun was shining, the birds were chirping, not a thing looked out of place. Work that day went by in a flash. She spent most of it thinking about the surprise she was planning for her husband and browsing the internet to double-check all the reservations she had made. She'd never been much good at keeping secrets, especially not from Jared. He was the more mysterious of the two of them, certainly. As a matter of fact, in 12 years together, she'd hardly learned much about him at all. He always said, with the same sort of exasperated, "Why are you even bothering with this?" kind of tone, that there just wasn't much to know. He had a mother he didn't talk to, and a hometown not worth mentioning. No father figure, no siblings, no past to speak of. If Toni pressed him on it, when she'd had a glass of wine, say, or if she was just feeling a little nosy, he'd mention something vague about small-town life. He'd been born in either Kansas or Arkansas, she never could remember which, and then, according to his version of events, he'd more or less shown up one day at the law firm where Toni worked as a paralegal. She remembered he was toting both a charming smile and an impressive binder with which to pitch the firm's partners on his budding software company. That was that, as far as origin stories go. Jared had stayed behind after his presentation to flirt with Toni a bit, while she made excuses to linger and help him take down the backdrop he'd set up for his presentation. Neither of them had been in any great hurry to leave. Eventually, he'd asked to take her to dinner, and she'd pretended to ponder it for a bit before saying yes. He was awfully handsome, which made her a bit wary, but he seemed genuine enough. He had dimples set on either side of a country boy's "aw shucks" kind of smile, and that felt like something that could be relied upon. One date led to another, and before Toni knew it, they were moving in together into a house in Virginia Highlands, an up-and-coming neighborhood near Atlanta. It was fun for the longest time. Jared loved to take Toni on weekend drives in his Mazda convertible around the rich neighborhoods in Cobb County. They'd slow down or stop outside the gates of the truly jaw-dropping mansions to ogle. He would whistle and slap Toni on the thigh to point out this ironwork fountain or that fluted marble column, which always made her laugh.